Hi everybody, this is David Gross and this is the Multiple Fitness Center projects at Lackland Air Force Base. This project consists of 4 different projects and we will start on the Chaparral Fitness Center, which consists of some demolition work and the reinstallation of a new air conditioning system. Now, there are some unique things about this project, and that is that the racquetball courts and all of the adjacent facilities will be in use. So we will have to protect both the basketball court floor while during the demolition and the reconstruction, and we will have to confine our work to this space right here and make sure that all of the adjacent spaces remain usable, and we have to assume that they will be in use during the entire course of construction. So we'll be looking for some laydown areas, hopefully in this space right here or somewhere right out in this space right here, and the demolition work is going to be taking place inside here, and I'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so this is the scope of work letter that was attached, and you can see that this is the existing heater that is to be removed from the site, along with these 3 existing exhaust fans. Alright, so the roof of the building in this particular area is lower than the roof in this space. Let's just highlight the gym. So we can assume that when we remove this heater, that and you could see there's a louver right there, so there's going to be a hole in the wall right here which we're going to have to take into consideration, along with the holes that we create when we remove these 3 exhaust fans from the roof. Okay, along with that, there's some existing outdoor air intake louvers that are in the walls of the gymnasium, and you can see them as indicated right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm going to do now is bring in some pictures to show you the existing conditions and what we're faced with and how I intend to deal with the fact that all of these spaces need to remain operational. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the picture of the gymnasium, and here are the existing outdoor intake louvers that we'll be taking out of the walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they will create obviously holes in the wall which we will have to fill in and refinish to match existing both interior and exterior. And I'm going to show you construction that we have to match in just a second. Okay, so this is the elevation showing the existing louvers to be removed, and I'm just going to scale the drawing so that we can see exactly what size they are. So now that I have my drawing to scale, I'll go back, check the dimensions of each one of these louvers. A 4x4 louver. So you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them to remove and replace with existing CMU and brick construction. And I'm going to go to that detail in just a second. Okay, so this is the detail of the exterior wall, and you can see what's interesting is that there's a bond beam right there. And so I'm thinking that the bond beam is there uh, right over the top of the louver, to support what's above it. So I was looking and I noticed this little note right here, um, and I still don't know what that is. Some sort of wainscot, probably some sort of a paint coating. So I went back and I wanted to bring in the um, picture once again, um, to show that there doesn't look to be any wainscot or anything on here. But one thing of importance is the fact that when we go to paint this wall, due to the age of these finishes, it's highly likely that we won't be able to match it. So I'm thinking that we should consider painting this whole entire wall in this space right here. So that's probably what I'll figure. So now moving to the exhaust fans on the roof. After scaling this drawing, we can see that we're going to have 3 4'2" openings that we are going to be creating by taking out the exhaust fans on the roof, and then we still have to look in to this opening that we're going to be creating right here. Also, I remember reading that we should consider utilizing some of these openings for makeup air on the new system. So that's a question for our mechanical engineer. Does he intend to utilize this opening, or does he intend to put a system on the roof and utilize one of these 3 openings? That's a question that needs to be asked. So let's go look at the picture of the existing roof condition, and then we can take a look at this. Okay, so here is the picture of the roof condition, and if I zoom in, you could see that here are the 3 exhaust fans on the roof, and then that heater unit is going to be right here, and just like I said, here is the roof, which is lower, and there's bound to be a louver sticking out the side of that wall right there. 72 by 48 louver, which I will see if I can find a section on. Nevertheless, we're going to look into taking this out next. Okay, so here is the picture of the heater unit, and they say that we can keep all the ductwork in place, but this particular unit needs to be chopped off from the ducts if in fact the engineer decides to utilize this layout, and this whole system right here needs to come out, and I'm really not sure yet. I gotta go back and check and see, but I think I read something about we have to take these brackets out as well. So the question is, how do we get this out of there? Right? So we're going to come up here, we get some guys up here, we cut this off, and then we got this big old unit that we're going to be on top of a basketball floor with. So it's either going to chop it up and put it out the hole right here, or we put a man lift inside the gymnasium and pull it up through the roof, or we put it down on the floor and take it out through the doors. No matter which way you look at it, it presents some sort of a logistics issue that we'll have to deal with in the estimate, and that's certainly something that I'll take into consideration. Okay, so these are a picture of the other 2 holes. from the exhaust fans that we'll be removing. You can get an idea that that's going to be a pretty good hole, 4 foot by 4 foot. And the roof section is going to look like this. Okay, so when we remove the exhaust fans, this right here will be 4 foot 2, and we will have to replace this deck. And it looks like, taking another look at that, there's some framework that's in there already, so we'll be able to weld to the existing framework. Looks like channels. So I'm not going to figure any framing. I'm thinking that the existing framework will be sufficient to weld to. Okay, so once all the demolition is complete, then we will be providing a new air conditioning system that ties into the existing energy management control system front end that currently uses Niagara-based BACnet protocol. Okay, here's the interesting part. The energy management control system front end is currently operated and maintained from building 5595 room 111. So that's not this particular building. So the operations are controlled from another building, which causes me to wonder how we get the information from this building to this building. And it makes me think, first thing is, where is this building and how far is it, and do I need to run communications there, or is it wireless? So that's my next thing. I'm going to go check and find out where this is. Okay, well, I wasn't able to find building 5595 with the documents that I have, so that remains a question to be answered, and I'm not sure whether I need to concern myself with that or not, so long as the mechanical engineer and the mechanical subcontractor knows about it. So this video is getting a little long right now, so I'm going to have to close it off and see you in the next one.